And now our next award for highlighting downtown Denver as a true entrepreneurial spirit center with the most successful inaugural startup event in the country, connecting and engaging over 3,500 startup community members at more than 70 different community-driven events. It was a big feat. Give them a round of applause. You guys are... It is my honor now to present the next award to Denver Startup Week.
With adventure in our blood, Denver has proven its knack for fostering and attracting innovative entrepreneurs. So when two of Denver's startup gurus started brainstorming back in March of 2012 on ways to showcase Denver's thriving startup population, they had three goals in mind.
First of all, start to bring the community together, and that idea of letting people know who else there wasn't around them and who else that they could go to when they had any type of problems. Secondly on it was to help to put the focal point on Denver and those startups there so we could start to be seen on the national scene. And the final thing was providing an opportunity for education and growth. Those people, regardless of what stage of a startup they're in or what position they're in, that there be something that they could do to learn more and to help make themselves better.
Working closely with the Downtown Denver Partnership, a core group of 10 volunteers moved at warp speed and started organizing a week-long series of events and gatherings to take place in various downtown startup locations. 6 months later, Denver Startup Week came to fruition.
It was a combination of seminars, events, meetups, guest speakers, keynote speakers, as well as a lot of social-led events to really touch on all the points, coming up with ideas, growing, building, and really helping develop some of the best startup companies in the city.
Denver Startup Week last year was awesome. I met so many people that week. I can't even tell you how many of those meetings turned into potential customers and partners and friendships. It was just incredible how many people I met.
Denver Startup Week launched with the kickoff luncheon, where keynote speaker and entrepreneur Gary Vaynerchuk led a spirited dialogue. But it was Mayor Hancock who set the tone for the coming week by challenging Denver to become the next startup capital of the nation, even referring to Denver as the future Silicon Mountain.
It was just really neat to see so many people from so many different environments and so many different segments of the community come together to celebrate what was going to turn out to be a great week.
Informative events like Pitch to Techstars, where attendees had the opportunity to interview and solicit feedback on their ideas from the leaders in the Top Rank Accelerator, proved to have a deep, meaningful impact on attendees. The Startup Crawl, that was another jam-packed event.
It was an awesome way to blend all of the startup neighborhoods where our entrepreneurs and startup companies are growing and make it a really collaborative way for them to interact with one another, showcase the companies and where their workspace and introduce their colleagues amongst each other in the community.
Our expectations were exceeded in almost every single way. We started with the idea of just hosting 6 events and maybe have a couple other that the community organized. It ended up being over 70. We thought we might have 1,000 people attend the entire week. There ended up being over 3,800 people attending the week.
Denver's vast startup community, made up of over 500 active startup companies, was involved in events, seminars, and panels over the 6-day period.
Denver Startup Week is a perfect example of an event that's highly inclusive and engages all members of the startup community, whether that be new entrepreneurs, seasoned entrepreneurs, investors, job seekers, whoever.
Above all, it was the Denver community and volunteers who believed in the vision and made Denver Startup Week the most successful new startup event in the entire country in 2012.
And the end product was truly a collaborative event that took all the elements around startups and entrepreneurship and put them on stage and showcased not only to the Front Range, but nationally how awesome Denver is as an emerging technology center.
I think the greatest thing about Denver Startup Week is that it would not be possible without the community of Denver. This award and everything that's going along with it is really for the entire community, because that's who held this event, that's who went to this event, and that's who this event is about.
This event, it's hard to imagine how much buzz it created just outside the community, but also here. Please welcome Denver Startup Week founders Eric Matisek and Ben Dita, along with a lot of the other members. And I'll let you guys introduce them all, but give them a round of applause. And awards jury co-chair Mark Spritzer is presenting the award right now.
Wow. It's
Amazing to see what a few passionate people can do with 120 days and a really big idea to put Denver and the economic activity around startups and early stage growth on stage. From the end to beginning, Jay Jasheen, Connor Swanson, Kevin, Chelsea, Castle Searcy, Wendy Como, and Ben Data were the 10 people who really got deep in the details to put on what is now known as the largest new startup event in 2012. We set out to create a stage, a small group of entrepreneurs at Wynkoop Brewery to really take all the awesome entrepreneurial activity and the activity of startups in Denver and give them a place to showcase the great growth, the awesome companies that are growing here in our community, and the entrepreneurs and ideas that are moving us forward to this future Denver that Mayor Hancock speaks of. What we ended up with was a week that showcased over 500 companies, 70 plus events, and 3,500 people attending, put on by this team on the stage and our fabulous partners, the City of Denver and Miss Tammy Dorr and the Downtown Denver Partnership. As the video said, this started out completely about community. This event is very unique in the context that has been mentioned in the video. We only produced 12 or 15 events, and the other 55 were stood up, produced, and funded by the community and the awesome companies here in Denver, showcasing what we believe is the best digital center and innovation center between the coasts. Great cities always have and always will be built by amazing people. This room is filled with them. This program is evidence that that still is true. Denver Startup Week is a product of tireless work, vision, collaboration, both public and private, and companies who are doing amazing things to talk about here in the city of Denver. Mayor Hancock, thank you for your support, and a huge, huge, huge hug and support to the Downtown Denver Partnership. We were a bunch of entrepreneurs wanting to do something great for the city, and with the vision of Downtown Denver Partnership, Tammy Dorr and her team took an idea and made it show ready, allowed us to be fundable, credible, and put those 500 companies into place, not only here in Denver, but in the United States. Thank you, Tammy, for your vision, and thank you, Downtown Denver Partnership, for making this a success. We hope that this program is the center pivot of the future Denver that Mayor Hancock speaks of. On behalf of the entire committee of Denver Startup Week, we are honored to serve you, we're honored to showcase your companies, and we're honored that we're able to produce this event and look forward to producing future events to talk about the awesome things that are living, breathing, being built, and defining Denver, Colorado. Thank you very much for this awesome, awesome award.